And Mr. Shukweju removed the knife with him and cut off the woman's head. And before he cut off the woman's head, he put the blood of the woman in the 7 calabashes the 7 people were holding. And I was asking him that, you did not tell me that you are going to kill this woman. He said that is the
This is one of those stories that leaves an entire community in shock. A woman left her home and never came back. Days later, a body was found buried inside a church in the bush, without a head and without both hands. And the man at the center of this horrifying case was not just any ordinary man. He was a pastor. His name was Oluwatobi Ikpense, a well-known pastor of Holy Gathering Evangelical Church of God in Papalanto, Ekwakoro, local government area of Ogun State. According to police, he was arrested for allegedly killing his secret lover, Reliat Sami, and using parts of her body for ritual purposes. And what police later discovered at his church would leave many people speechless. The victim, Reliat Sami, was a 35-year-old woman. She was a divorcee. She had 5 children. She was a hairdresser. And according to her family, she was living in Wasimi with her children, trying to survive and take care of her home. She was also the 5th child in her family, but sadly, her life would end in a way nobody around her could have imagined. According to her elder brother Saheed Adegbola, Reliat left home on the 21st of March 2018. She left and never returned. At first, the family became worried. Then the worry slowly turned into fear. The next day, on March 22, Reliat's mother reportedly went to meet the pastor to ask if he knew anything about her daughter's whereabouts. And what the pastor allegedly told the family would later raise serious suspicion. According to the victim's brother, the pastor told their mother something chilling. He allegedly said that if she ever saw Reliat again, she would not recognize her. He also claimed that Reliat was owing him 200,000 naira, saying she borrowed the money from him. The family did not fully understand what he meant at the time, but later those words would become deeply disturbing. As the days passed and Reliat still did not return, the family knew something was terribly wrong. So on March 26th, her elder brother Saheed Adegbola went to the police station to officially report her missing. According to the Ogun State Commissioner of Police at the time, Ahmed Iliyasu, the case was reported at the divisional headquarters in Ewokoro. He explained that the report came from the victim's brother, who told police that his younger sister had left home since March 21st and had not been seen since then. Once the report was made, police said they immediately swung into action. The commissioner explained that officers from the Ewokoro division, led by the divisional police officer Oluwarotimi Jeje, began what he described as a technical intelligence investigation. In simple terms, police started tracing every detail, every movement, and every person connected to the woman before she disappeared. And very quickly, one name began to stand out: the pastor. According to the commissioner of police, the pastor became the main suspect after police carried out what he described as a discreet analysis of the facts surrounding the woman's disappearance. And one key reason was simple: he was the last known person who had contact with her. That alone was enough to make police dig deeper. At that point, the pastor was identified as a church leader in charge of a white garment church in the Elobute area of Ewokoro. But what police say happened next would turn the case into a full horror story. Police said the pastor Oluwatobi Ikpense was arrested. Alongside him, they also arrested another man named Daniel Sokpeju, who also claimed to be a prophet in another church. According to the commissioner of police, both men were arrested the previous Monday. Then, during interrogation, police say the pastor made a shocking confession. The commissioner said the pastor confessed to killing Reliat Sami, then burying her inside his church. After removing her head and both ends, the police boss said the body parts were removed for reasons known only to the suspect and, in his own words, known to him and God. Police also said the pastor mentioned Daniel Sokpeju as his accomplice in the crime. According to investigators, Raliat was not just a church member. She was allegedly the pastor's secret lover, and police believe that this secret relationship may have played a major role in how she was lured and eventually killed. After the confession, police took journalists and officials to the crime scene. The Ogun State Commissioner of Police personally led newsmen to the pastor's uncompleted church building located in a bushy area in Papalanto. And as the convoy arrived, the entire area became tensed. Residents from the community, especially people living around the Lafarge cement houses, rushed out in large numbers. Thousands gathered, all trying to catch a glimpse of what had happened. Everyone wanted to see if the terrible rumors were true, and sadly they were. At the scene, police supervised the exhumption of the victim's body. The body that was dug out was said to be decapitated. Her head was missing, her two ends had been severed, and her remains had been buried right there inside the pastor's uncompleted church. That discovery sent shockwaves through the entire community. But after police announced his confession, the pastor later changed his story while speaking to journalists. He denied personally killing the woman. Instead, he tried to shift the blame to his alleged accomplice, Daniel Sokpeju. According to the police, it was not him who killed Raliat. He claimed it was Sokpeju and another woman who wanted to force him into joining an occultic group. The pastor, who also said he taught accounting and commerce at Methodist High School Private, Arigbojo, claimed that this occultic group had been pressuring him to become one of them. He said the group first asked him to submit the names of people in his church. According to him, from those names, they picked Raliat Sani. Then they allegedly asked where she lived. He said he told them she was living in Wasimi, and according to his version of the story, they later went to bring her to his church. Then he described what he claimed happened next. He said it was Daniel Sokpeju who brought out a knife. He claimed Sokpeju then beheaded the woman. After that, he said Sokpeju collected her blood and poured it into 7 calabashes as they were holding it.
And before he cut off the woman's head, he put the blood of the woman in the 7 calabashes the 7 people were holding.
The pastor further claimed that the group told him the severed head and ends would later be shared among members of the occultic group. In his own words, he was trying to paint himself as someone who was present but not the main killer. But by then, police had already publicly linked him to the murder and said he had earlier confessed. When journalists turned to Daniel Sokpeju, his reaction was different. He denied killing the woman. He rejected the direct accusation. However, he did admit one important thing. He admitted that both he and the pastor were connected through white garment churches in the area. So while he denied taking part in the murder, he did not deny knowing the pastor. That left the public with 2 men, both linked to the church world, both tied to the same case and both pointing fingers in different directions. As the police investigation continued, the victim's family began speaking about the emotional pain they had gone through. Her elder brother, Saheed Adegbola, said the family had been desperately searching for her since the day she disappeared. He said from the beginning something did not feel right, and then he made a very emotional statement. According to him, ever since his sister went missing, she had been appearing to him in his dreams. He said it happened repeatedly. Then on March 31st, he returned to the church with police officers to search the area thoroughly. And according to him, when they got to the exact spot where her body was buried, he told the officers that she was there. He said he believed so strongly because, in his words, he had been seeing her spirit. That moment became one of the most emotional parts of the entire case, because while police were relying on investigation and intelligence, the family was already living with fear, grief, and what they believed were spiritual signs that Raliat was no longer alive. The commissioner of police made it clear that the matter was being taken very seriously. He said a forensic investigation had already started. That means police were not relying only on confessions or public statements. They were also working to gather scientific evidence and every detail that could help prove exactly what happened. He also confirmed that once investigations were completed, the case would be charged to court. In other words, the next stage would be prosecution. Police wanted the courts to decide the final legal fate of everyone involved. This case was not just about murder, it was about betrayal, it was about trust, and it was about the terrifying fear that sometimes danger can come from the very people many believe they should feel safe around. A 35-year-old mother of 5 left home and never came back. Her children lost their mother. Her family lost their sister and daughter, and a community was left in complete shock after police allegedly found her body buried inside a church. Whether the full truth would come only in court or not, one thing was already certain. This was a case that many people in Ogun State would never forget. Because when a pastor becomes the center of a ritual killing allegation involving his own secret lover, it is not just a crime story, it becomes a nightmare that shakes the faith, the trust, and the peace of an entire community.
And Mr. Shukweju removed the knife with him and cut off the woman's head. And before he cut off the woman's head, he put the blood of the woman in the 7 calabashes the 7 people were holding. And I was asking him that, you did not tell me that you are going to kill this woman. No? He said that is the way they are going to do it, that they cannot tell me everything that they are going to do at that very place. They are going to collect a ransom. So they collected the names of my members and picked the woman that she will be the one they are going to take. And having taken her, having mentioned they asked from me where she was living. And I told them that she's living at Wasemi. So on the 21st, on 21st of March, around 10 to 11, one of them came. PM. One of them came to knock at my door at my residence, saying that some people are waiting for me in the church. So on getting there, I saw Mr. Shukweju and the woman with another 7 occultic members that I cannot identify. Those ones were putting on black and red robe with 7 calabash with them. So Mr. Shukweju, I was asking him, how did he get here? Because I did not see the vehicle. I also saw the woman. I gave their names and the names too. I saw the woman with them. She was tied and her face was covered with a red cloth. So on that very day, I was asking Mr. Shukweju how he got there. Then he told me that because they did not bring vehicle to my house. And he was on the same at his church. He was at his spirit mountain that night. So he started that one on the 20th of March through 26th, something like that, 26th. So it was on Wednesday evening, around 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. that I saw them. And Mr. Shukweju removed the knife with him and cut off the woman's head. And before he cut off the woman's head, he put the blood of the woman in the 7 calabashes the 7 people were holding. And I was asking him that, you did not tell me that you are going to kill this woman. No? He said that is the way they are going to do it, that they cannot tell me everything that they are going to do at that very place. Later, after he has already collected the blood, he removed the woman's head completely and the hands. At that time I was shaking and I could not hold it anymore. When they saw it on me, they said I should go back to my room, I should go inside. I also asked them that, you are cutting off the woman's head, what do you want to use the woman's head and the hands for? They said that there are other members that must partake in what they have cut, that they need to share it. And the woman that was with him was holding a big calabash painted white. So it was in that white calabash they put the head and the hands of the woman. So telling the woman to hold it very well, that it must not touch the ground. I told them that how are they going to do the body? They said that I should go my way, that I have already completed one stage of what they asked me to do. And when I returned back to my room, I came back in the early morning to the church. I did not see the trace of anything or anywhere was dug. So it was on Sunday morning that I saw a place that was cracked inside the church room. So on getting there, I removed the shovel and I removed the sand at that very place because I was suspicious that something was there, as the ground swelled up on that day. So as I removed the sand, I saw the woman with the white they used to cover her there. Because it was already time to service, I covered it back and I went to the back of the church and dug more ground on the corpse. So I was pondering over it, that how am I going to do it? How am I going to do it? Until when it was Wednesday, I was at the church. When I returned from the school, that was when I saw the police that came to arrest me. And when they arrested me, I denied at first, but later when they got to my site, they discovered the woman's corpse and I reviewed everything to them.